Nganga, it is time to go blue.
No one has voted. He's lying to us. No one has voted. Kenya Kwanza is going to win. Kenya Kwanza.
Thank you so much. Now, Nash, is William Ruto in government?
Right, we all know from it has been the history of this country.
Yes, sir.
Me and you have been in this country. We know what has been happening in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Since handshake after 2017 elections, Uhuru decided that for the sake of peace, I don't know which peace is good. Mm-hmm. For the sake of peace, he shook his brother handshake. We call them we all know
brothers,
the national. We call them the brothers.
Yes.
So they shook each other the hands, which is good for this country. But they have lied. They have disconnected this country.
Yeah.
Because we went to elections in 2017 and elected Jubilee coalition. The president being Uhuru Kenyatta, the deputy president being William Ruto. These are the two people who Kenyans gave mandate on the August of 2017. We are the ones who gave the mandate to rule this country.
It was October because it
was nullified. Now we are talking of October, and it went on well. So after the handshake, things changed. The president decided not to involve what Kenyans had given to him and bestowed to him to help him deliver what is supposed to be delivered in this country. And after the handshake, we all know what the agenda of Uhuru changed. The agenda became BBI. We all know what BBI went through. In fact, they utilized the Kenyans' resources. A lot of money was wasted. And they sidelined the DP. Through executive orders, he signed a lot of executive orders, sidelining the DP. So the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya is William Ruto. The deputy president of the government of Kenya is Raila Amolo Odinga.
Now,
there is where there's a problem. There is where there's a problem. Because as an executive...
Just wait.
Yes.
Another question. Does it mean now Ruto is in opposition?
He's not in opposition.
Yes.
Ruto is not in government.
Ruto is not in government,
but the constitution stipulates that he's the principal assistant of the government. But Uhuru chose not to work him.
Okay.
To work with him.
Let me ask you.
We can see the effects. We can see the effects where the country is it now. Things are skyrocketing. Prices are skyrocketing. The ruling party of this country is no longer there.
Now, Collins, is Ruto in the government?
Thank you, Theo, for that question. Theo, who's the deputy president of Kenya?
William Ruto.
William Ruto is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya.
What does our constitution say about the presidency? Because as we understand, we elect the presidency. That the president and
we are calling the conjoined. They are conjoined.
They are Siamese twins.
Yes. Thank you.
One and the same thing.
Yes.
So you see this idea of who is in government? It's an obvious question. We shouldn't be lying to our viewers about something that is so obvious. If today, God forbid, President Uhuru, leaves office by natural attrition or he becomes incapacitated, it is William Ruto who is going to be the president of this country. If I assume as a representative of Kenya Kwanza, Dan is saying that Raila Odinga is the deputy president of Kenya, it's what are we doing here?
Okay.
Why?
Let's be factual. Let's be factual.
So
this was de jure and de facto. We are talking about de jure and de facto. De facto deputy president of this country is William Ruto. But the de jure deputy president of this country is none other than Raila. The other day was bragging about helping Uhuru lower the prices of unga. You saw what Uhuru declared. The prices of unga were lower.
You give me time. I'm yet to answer. Yeah?
Deputy President does not even get invites of attending cabinet meetings.
I love the fact that when we starting this discussion,
yes,
Nganga brought up the issue of constitution.
Yes,
constitutionality, very important.
The constitution is there.
Very important.
Ever since the handshake, we've not seen anywhere Raila signing anything on behalf of the government. Right now, the ruling party is the Jubilee coalition.
Well,
after the handshake, I cannot and he cannot mention any individual who was frog-marched from office just because they wanted to create space for Raila Odinga people. You cannot be in the government or somebody claim that you're in government, yet you don't make decision. You have no people who you've suggested that they be part of the cabinet, because we know the highest office that make decisions for this country, that make economic decisions, that make even legal decisions, advised by the Attorney General, is the cabinet. The deputy president of this country up to this moment sits in the cabinet. So it's very dishonest from Nganga and maybe something I can call the UDA mandarins to claim that a person in Raila Odinga is part of government as a handshake, because a handshake was just a sign that we can let go of our political difference, create an environment whereby we can enjoy being Kenyan. It was not a coalition government.
You've given him a lot of time. Can I interject? Yeah. Let's talk of what happened. I've talked of de facto and de jure. Let's be factual here. We can't lie to the public. We can't lie. It is the truth. It can be seen. The Raila Odinga is the jure principal assistant of the president. He has been bragging in the public about lowering the cost of hunger. We have all seen the national celebration, Madaraka Day, Mashujaa Day. The deputy president invites the president. Then the president, what does he do? He invites Raila Odinga. So how can he invite him as he's a principal assistant? Again, when you talk of development, which is good, but after the handshake, we saw development going to Nyanza. Which is good. I have said it, there's no problem. But making it in such a way that to benefit one person, to benefit one part of the country is wrong. Constitutionalism, we have talked about constitutionalism. It is Ruto and Uhuru who are given mandate through the ballot. And the constitution is very clear. Through the mandate that President Uhuru should be the president of this country. The deputy president should be William Ruto. Agenda should be driven by that. But handshake through the back door. Raila through the back door, and we have used to him coming to the government through the back door and trying to change the narrative of the executive, which is wrong in this country, and we have to change that next. And we want, as Kenyans, let's never accept this time of people coming through the back door to rule this country. Now it is a problem, and it's something that is bringing a problem.
He has asked a question. He has said something. Yes. I want just affirmation from you.
Yes.
Does William Ruto sit in the cabinet right now?
We all know since 2017 there have only been 2 cabinet sittings. One, he was not invited. The other one, he came. Only 2 cabinet sittings. In fact, I wonder how this government works.
What about the
It
security?
is a problem that we want to rectify in this country. That we can never have a country where the government does not meet as a cabinet. They don't follow cabinet resolutions. The president only alone makes deals.
Okay.
I think makes how the country is going. Theo, which is a problem in this country. And we are going to solve that. We are going to solve it. Come 2017.
Whatever discussion
Yes.
we have here is for the public.
Yes.
Well,
And we're looking for honesty. We're looking for truths. As we all know, the deputy president is part and parcel of the Security Council of this country. The Security Council meets and briefs the president and the deputy president on daily basis. How can you claim not to be aware of what is happening in that government? How can you? Is that not dishonesty? Then there is a point that Nganga is trying to bring in, that development went to Nyanza after the handshake. Kenyans, we must be very straightforward on this. It doesn't matter who wins the election. Every Kenyan deserves equal development. True. But for Nganga and all those guys that believed in the Jubilee train, for them it was that Nyanza region and all the parts that supported Raila Odinga candidacy was to be sidelined. And that's why when it comes to development, comparatively, if you were to mention the amount of billions that have gone to central Kenya compared to what have gone to Nyanza province, what is in Nyanza province is just a drop in the ocean. The mouse circuit is not in Nyanza province. You and I know, he knows It's not in Nyanza province. Tuake Dam is not in Nyanza province. Yeah, the expansion of Mombasa into 8 lane is not in Nyanza province. You know, the expressway is not in Nyanza province. So you cannot sit here that all the government development were diverted to Nyanza province. If anything that happened, happened with the port.
The port.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's. We want to close. And
because we were discussing a manifesto. The debate has gone
that side. So can I go back there?
But let's finish this thing once and for all. Government project should benefit most Kenyans. In fact, that's from my history classes. Is the government project should benefit all Kenyans, if not most of the Kenyans. Now, and it's supposed to be structurally, it means there's a budget. That's why the parliament is there, to make sure that there's a budget, there's how the government prioritizes issues. But when we prioritize to do this, the big four, you know about the big four. The big four sidelined. We've did BBI and other infrastructure projects to Nyanza. When Nyanza is benefiting, the other countries is suffering. That's where my problem is. This is my problem is. My problem is not Nyanza benefiting. My problem is
Theo,
not having structural development. And we finish that. We close that debate. Yes, let's close that debate.
Talking about you know, and the issue of agriculture came in.
Yes.
And you see, Nganga has streamlined how UD is going to address issues of economy through agriculture. But one thing we have to talk about, we have to admit also, is that the issue of agriculture is not just the way we imagine it. And for Azimio, they don't want to address the drying of the leaves. They want to address how the root is absorbing nutrients and absorbing water, so that all season we can have green leaves. What do I mean? Our agriculture has been a victim of environmental degradation. And that is something that, Azimio as a party has come out clearly that we are going to address the issue of environmental degradation. We are going to conserve our godly given resources. We are going to use the rivers. There's so many rivers that are around, and there's so many, good soil that we have, so that we empower our people through agriculture, because agriculture is the highest income earner in this country. Therefore, if you don't address issues that cause drought, if you don't address the issues that cause floods, because for us as Kenyans we have only 2 seasons. We have a season whereby there's floods. When the flood is over, we have drought. So you must bring on the table experts, not only to study, but also to come up with mechanisms to be implemented by the existing government, so that the issue of Kenyans dying with hunger, the issue of basic prices skyrocketing will be an issue of the past. And that one cannot be answered through rhetorics, cannot be answered by blame game. It can be answered by using our institutions, by using our experts, and by using the spirit of Kenyanism to address that problem.
Okay. In 1 minute, Nash.
Now, why are you giving 1 minute? Theo,
No.
Theo. We know love of Theo is all about giving people equal chances. Why are you giving 1 minute?
I know. But you have spoken somehow.
So let's go be factual.
No,
Let's
I want
be
you
factual.
to do this. We want to close and then we'll come back again. Masiku bado ziko.
Thank you.
Now,
agriculture. Let's talk on agriculture. Though he has pointed out. No, when I've laughed it out when he's talking about the roots going deep and having green. Azimio is promising us rain. rain comes from heaven. So it's lying to us. Yeah, he's lying to us.
Okay.
Abrupt lies.
This is what I want.
Agriculture in Kenya Kwanza, agriculture is one of the best well articulated issues and policies. We are talking about nationalization, and I don't know why he's getting away from nationalization, whereby will be all by 2 years. It is the government that will be dictating what to be planted. Why should you plant coffee in Trans Nzoia when it cannot do well and it's not practicable or profitable? Why should we plant maize in northeastern where it cannot work it well? So it is the government through nationalization that will be advising farmers through scientifically proven that this soil in Trans Nzoia will plant maize. This soil in Kiambu will do coffee.
You finish.
Yes.
So let's
I'm giving you all of
not Nganga's lies. Nganga is telling you that you cannot plant coffee in Trans Nzoia. The Trans Nzoians who are watching this clip know this. That is a lie. That is a pure lie. Nganga is lying to you that you cannot plant, maize in Isiolo, Turkana, and Garissa. You can. They have the most fertile
I have not said
soil.
I have not said they will not plant. I have said it will be driven by national agenda on food security and advice from the experts, agricultural experts. When we talk of Trans Nzoia, why should you tell them that I've banned them from buying
the final rebuttal?
If their soil is good for coffee, they'll plant coffee through the advice of the government.
Theo,
let's be factual and let's find.
You see,
this is
about nationalization.
This haphazarding and calling of words and you sweetening it in agriculture is making the process difficult.
We want to close
the
this.
final rebuttal. The final one. The final one. No. Don't give me the final minute. The final. Nganga has talked a lot, and Nganga has this powerful voice, and that makes him to overpower me. You see, he's talking about nationalization. Why should the government nationalize what it already have? Why should it nationalize the land that they already have? Yeah?
The government
so
was.
why is it?
You see, he's lying.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Or are you talking about taking away the agriculture? The large.
When we say, let me tell you about nationalization. When we talk of AIDS, fighting AIDS, and we declare the government should declare it a national disaster.
Yes.
Why is it so? So that the government, all policies relating to health can focus on a particular thing that is national disaster. When you talk of food security and you say we are going to nationalize food security, it's going to be government agenda and policy to drive all the energy to that sector. That's what I mean.
That is what is happening. That was what has been happening. That the problem is the implementers. The gap.
He's talking of the
implementation.
Who is one of the implementers? Raila Odinga.
One of the implementers.
The one that we want to drive it off this country and to bring fresh leadership for the progress of this country. Thank you so much.
Theo, the final one. Theo, when you talk about bottom up, we'll talk about believing in the most, the most vulnerable people. We only want to question. Sometimes you have to question the character. We all know the history of land injustice in the Coast Province, and one of the people who has been accused of making the coastarians vulnerable when he talks about issue about land is Basilis Kritikos, that fella. So if there's anything that was to be done by a person in government, a person holding a high office as the deputy president, was not to buy that land and own it, those 2,000 acres. He was to use the government apparatus so that they buy it, they take it back to the very people who have been landless in those areas for the years that Kenya has been having.
He has talked of a very big issue. I want to delve in. When you cannot castigate an individual. You cannot castigate an individual from owning land. It's a problem in this country. That is a problem in this country. When you talk of Basil Kritikos, he owns half of Taita Taveta. And he does. What does he do? What was Basil Kritikos doing?
He was growing sisal.
He has been growing sisal. His tenure came to an end. When his tenure came to an end, after given that another term, he was bankrupt. He was bankrupt, and KCB wanted to auction the land of Basil Kritikos. So they called people to buy, because when you don't pay a loan, what happens? The company comes to auction the land. Ruto came and bought 2,000 acres, and others who have not been mentioned. Do you know who are the others who does not own? I'll not mention because of
Nganga is running away from the
I'll not mention because of my security.
You see, we're talking about
it is not taking cost.
We're talking about
after auctioning of the land.
We're talking about conflict of interest.
Again, we are talking about
ladies and gentlemen, it has been a hot debate. These people are energetic and now in 1 minute, who is going to win the election?
William Ruto is going to take this home.
Why?
Alina mapema.
Why?
65%.
Why?
Ruto is the person we enshrine that is going to change this country. He's somebody who is a true Kenyan, by the way. When you talk about true Kenyan, he's somebody who has been born 1963 after our independence, going forward. So those born in 1962 kwenda nyuma, they are British citizens who are naturalized as Kenyans. They are not true Kenyans.
Yes.
A true Kenyan by birth is William Ruto. He has schooled in this country. His children are schooling in this country. He has a great stake in this country. He will not let us fall. We will not
Who
fall
is
with
winning?
him.
Kolo.
The other candidates, you all know, they are not true Kenyans. There are people who have been here. They want to change this country through old narrative. We don't want old
Even
narrative of this
It's
current
okay.
and new generation.
Who is
We want
winning
this
the
country.
election?
We have vote William
Just a
Ruto.
moment.
Vote Kenya Kwanza.
This is a this is a presumption, and as a matter of fact, I like all the county governors to have a unit for people who are going to get the shock of their life of this election, because on the 9th of August 2022, Raila Odinga and Martha Karua are going to hold the presidency of this country. Why and how? For the years that Raila has participated in election, and by the data that Azimio and the UDA is giving Raila Odinga, they know that he has a solid backing of 44% Kenyans. Even in their own research, like the company like IRS is being backed by the UDA mandarins, and they are giving Raila Odinga a 44% because they know he have a solid backing. I only want to ask you this question: no matter how bad Uhuru Kenyatta is, no matter how nasty and the state capture that they are shooting to him, do you want to tell me Uhuru Kenyatta is going to bring zero percentage into the numbers that Raila Odinga is going to have?
You've asked him a question.
Yeah.
You have asked him a question
You see.
that who is going to win. He has given us a lot of statistics
Yeah.
that
So,
we all know. These are cooked up. These are cooked up statistics. Don't follow statistics. Kenyans, let's view the person. I'm for the person. Let Ruto bring him as manifesto. He has brought it. Let Azimio bring his manifesto. Now
okay.
Azimio, what they say. Let's vote person because of what he's going to bring on the table. Let's not focus ourselves on debate of
This is how
statistics.
Raila Odinga.
Because statistics will not rule this country. It is people who rule this country. And people who rule this country will be voted in by Kenyans. And Kenyans 65% I know work on a Kenya Kwanza. Yes.
This is how
Kenya Kwanza.
even by their own numbers in central Kenya, that is even Nakuru.
We are not here to discuss.
Just a
numbers.
moment.
We are here to
even
discuss
Nakuru
manifestos.
included, They are
Numbers
giving.
matter a lot
They are
in
giving.
the-
They are giving Raila Odinga at 25% in central Kenya. Let me assume they are correct. Let me assume they are factual. 25%. Let us do 25% of 5 million votes.
Quick math.
Quick maths.
Baadaye.
And add it to what Raila Odinga already have. Nganga, it is time to go blue.
No one has voted. He's lying to us. He's lying to us. No one has voted. Kenya Kwanza. Kenya Kwanza is going to win. Kenya Kwanza.
Thank you
Vote
so
Kenya
much.
Kwanza.
Ambia watu wa
Thank
subscribe.
you so much. And as much as we are in different political
Wait,
parties,
mumeamuka.
we are in different, different dispensation. Let us always remember that we are all Kenyans. At the end of the day, it is Kenyan winning. Whether it's Kenya Kwanza or Azimio, let us know that whoever will win will be our president, will be our administrator, and we need growth. And this growth should not be pegged on who you support or which faction you support. So I'm calling upon my fellow young people and all Kenyans who will be watching this channel. Let us preach peace. Let us maintain peace. And on top of that, this is a very resourceful channel. So anywhere you are, subscribe to the Love of Theo, comment and share, so that such a great message that we shared with Nganga can reach out to so many people. So thank you so much, and we hope you'll have another time to share. Maybe after the election, you can come back and know who was truthful on this channel.
So as a parting shot, I want to echo my brother Collins. We've been together through many things, and it's good when we have such vibrant, youthful of this country, because we have a stake in this country. We have a stake in the governance of this country, because through us is where we are going to enshrine to our children and future generations a good Kenya. So peace is very important. On whatever you are lying, either as me or Kenya Kwanza, I urge peace. Let's be peaceful. Let's go to election. Let's have a peaceful, because as my brother here, after this we are going to have a coffee somewhere, because he's my brother. We all Kenyans that after elections, please embrace your brother, because leadership will come and go, but us as Kenyans, us as youths who desire the best of this country, will remain in this country. And we can only do it when we are peaceful. We can all go to school, we can all do business when we are peaceful. So whatever who wins, although I'm sure it's Kenya Kwanza, please maintain peace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Love of Theo. Very nice to be here. Thank you, the host.
Yeah.
Subscribe, comment, have some comments so that we can enrich and share more the debate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and make sure you subscribe and also leave there a comment so that next time we give you a shout out in the next video. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Bye bye.